One of the best investments I've ever made relating to the Chicago Bears is this shirt, because it's perpetually applicable when it comes to Bears football! Did you feel the intensity there? There was a little something extra, a little bit of to it. And what's nuts about this one was that the Colts did Bears football better than the Bears did Bears football. Because at least the Colts, while they're forcing turnovers on defense, they can actually run the goddamn ball. We're in a bizarre world in 2024 where the Bears are trying to play Bears football on the one hand, yet they can't run the fucking ball a lick. If you've ever wanted evidence of a game where you can point to coaches screwing the pooch, coaches losing it, it's the Bears and their coaching staff today. Like, where do you even begin? I know. Let's go to the Wizard Waldron, Wussy Waldron, Whack-ass Waldron, whatever the fuck name I'm going to come up with him. He's so shitty, I might as well come up with several ones for him. Stop trying to make DeAndre Swift a goddamn thing! 13 carries for 20 fucking yards. The only thing DeAndre Swift is good at this point is going straight into the asses of his offensive linemen, no lube. Almost like he's at a fucking Diddy freak-off. Single yard Swift in action yet again. Stop trying to make him a fucking thing. Ding dong, dumb dicks. This isn't fucking working. Stop it. You've got Khalil Herbert. You've got Roschon Johnson. Use them more. Roschon actually makes people miss. DeAndre Swift does not. Khalil Herbert actually plays with some patience and vision and then bursts to hit the hole. DeAndre Swift runs right into the fucking defenders. I'm sorry. But to those that say, well, you never played football, you never coached football, so you don't fucking know. Then how dumb does an offensive coordinator like Shane Waldron have to be? After years of being in coaching and having previously been an offensive coordinator in the NFL, to not figure this basic fundamental tenet out that he's playing the wrong goddamn running back and trying to force something that's not going to happen. Are Bears fans starting to realize, hey, when the Seahawks had Pete Carroll go away and they didn't take even one moment to really consider Shane Waldron, maybe that should have fucking told you something. But no, Bears fans are too fucking dumb to understand that. And before you go, well, you said he was better than Luke Getsy. One, that ain't saying much, and I said it at the time. And two, I might have to rescind that fucking statement. 3 games in, the Fire Waldron watch has already begun. Like, you look at early on in the game in the first half. The Bears are in a first and goal situation. All right, it's 7-0. You know what? Got 3 chances to score, maybe 4 if you want to be aggressive. Caleb's actually showing you a little bit, throwing the ball. So what do? Run out of shotgun with Khalil Herbert. Epic dive. And then on fourth down, you fucking burn in the timeout. So you call a formation, a fourth down, where you're supposed to put your best players in the best possible situations to come through and succeed for you and the team. 4th and goal. You've got your big money wide receiver, DJ Moore, on the fucking sideline with Keenan Allen, because of course Keenan Allen's on the sideline, because of course he's fucking hurt, because it's Keenan Allen. What the hell else did you expect? And you've got Rome Odunze and fucking Gerald Everett, your backup tight end, lined up out wide. And as soon as I saw that formation, I said, oh my God, they're fucking running it. Oh my God, this is going to be something stupid to the left. But even I couldn't comprehend the levels of stupidity. Stupidity. a running a fucking option with Caleb Williams and still trying to make DeAndre Swift a goddamn thing. God. The fucking 1st and 10 halfback dives that go nowhere. The end of rounds that haven't worked yet this year, and yet you still keep trying to fucking run them. Oh my God, it makes my head fucking hurt. And then you got Eberfluss. 5 minus 1 doesn't equal 3. I don't know, elementary math is hard for me. If I only had a brain. The fucking scarecrow. What an idiot. Now, I could sit there and blame Caleb and Rome a little bit because they got excited when they scored the first touchdown together. It's like, hey, you got to have situational awareness here. It's fourth quarter. It's a fucking 5-point game. You got to know that you need 2 there. That should be automatic. And here comes the fucking scarecrow. 1. Oh, wait, I meant 2, because elementary math is hard for me if I only had a brain. Like, if you want to know how you can tell a coaching staff is in over their fucking heads, it's when they can't do basic fucking elementary math in the fourth quarter of an NFL game. Like, what more do I really need to say here, right? And I sit there and I get a little excited because, at first I'm thinking about when the Colts go up double digits, oh, this game's fucking over. And rightfully so to think that, right? Because again, we're talking about Bears football with a village group of idiots running the goddamn show on the sidelines. What the hell else do you expect? But the defense gets a stop and you're like, okay, good. They've done their job, kept the offense and the team in the game. And then the brain surgery decision that it was to sit there and run Max Patek, have Cole Kmet, one of your best receiving options. It was nice to finally see him get involved in the fucking game today. He almost had 100 yards receiving on 10 catches. Like, novel concept. Bears fans have been pounding the table for 2 weeks. Get him more involved in the passing game. And you fucking did it, and good things happen. But in a big spot, you've got him and Mercedes Lewis trying to sit there and fucking block Latu. Fumble. Colts ball. Game fucking over. Having to burn a fucking timeout because you can't do simple fucking subtraction. Then drawing up that play. And then you got 40-year-old Mercedes Lewis. He's just sitting there watching. He's pulling a Sam Mustaver. He's not even trying to help Cole Kmet block. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Trying to force DeAndre Swift and making him a fucking thing. And that's not going to happen. It's not happening. Stop it. Just stop it. I'm even going to get into the offensive line and how poorly they played. Like, hey, Braxton Jones and Tevin Jenkins setting out very hard to let everybody know that they're not those guys for the left side of this offensive line for the future. They ate too much cock cobbler today. Way too much. There were times Braxton Jones was on fucking nice roller skates. Tevin Jenkins was eating that Taven Bryan cock cobbler like he was at a fucking Diddy freak off. I mean, seriously. It was horrible. And, it's like, then you have Eberflus calling the second timeout defensively, and you're like, man, I know you're trying to save some time, but the timeout's really going to be valuable potentially later. And, of course, it fucking was. And the Bears come back after being down 2 scores, and Cole Kmet, touchdown catch. All right, it's 1-score game. They don't kick the offside, even though there's only 2:01 left, and they only have 1 timeout. But then the Colts do something fucking stupid, too. So the stupid coaching in this game was not just on the Bears sidelines. How do you not have your return men prepared to say, run this out of the end zone, it will take it down to the 2-minute warning, then the Bears will only have 1 chance to stop the clock. So even if they stop us defensively, they'll have so little time left, it'll be virtually impossible for them to come back down the field and score a touchdown. Like, just astounding to me. Astounding to me. Like, he forced 2 interceptions of Anthony Richardson, including a red zone one. He was yo-yo up and down. But you got Jalen Johnson getting beat deep by Alec Pierce of all fucking people before that. Like, what the fuck? not working the middle of the field consistently offensively, because why? So again, intentionally restricting yourselves, making it easier for the opposing defense to figure out where you're going to go and cheat and true towards that. That's Bears football! Just a comedy of errors today. That fucking series that led to the fourth down option. I'm not even talking about the fourth down option play call and the structure and design of what the fuck are you doing? Where do you think that's going to go? What possible universe do you think it's going to be to work? You don't have Caleb throw one time in that spot? Way to instill confidence in your young quarterback. And yes, Caleb Williams had a couple of picks today. One of them, frankly, Rome should have caught. You're a top 10 pick. You're supposed to be a dude. That was a catchable ball. You need to fucking come down to it. But Caleb showed he can execute within structure when there actually was structure, because plenty other times he's fucking having to bail out. Now he missed some deep throws. You want to see that deep ball accuracy get better. If I recall correctly, it was a little bit of a thing I brought up in his fucking scouting report, and it was poo-pooed. But yeah, that's got to get better there. But Caleb Williams throws for 360 yards. Like, it can't be all negative here today. I thought the Bears were going to go into this game and lose to the Colts, and they fucking did. I expected the coaching staff to do something stupid and not adjust and not be well prepared, and that's exactly what they were. I'm certainly having those expectations met. But Caleb goes in, throws for over 350 yards here, technically over 360 yards. Rome Odunze has 6 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown. There's some positive developments here. Just not enough, right? This is one of these games, if you're looking later in the season and the Bears missed the playoffs, this was a gettable game. This was a you gotta get it game. But the Bears coaching staff was too stupid to make it happen. And that's exactly what they were. Too stupid. Chris Morgan, as the offensive line coach, clearly doesn't know his job or is incompetent in it, because his offensive line absolutely sucks. How did they fucking add pieces yet got worse this year compared to last year? How the fuck does that make sense? Still lacking identity offensively, but maybe you found it here. The offensive identity is, we're going to keep fucking stubbornly trying to make single yard Swift a goddamn thing. Stop trying to make him a thing. Stop trying to make Gerald Everett a goddamn thing. Try making Cole Kmet a thing. Roma Dunze a goddamn thing. Khalil Herbert, Roshan Johnson. Make them things, because it can work, and you can win fucking football games doing that. Stop trying to prove the prolificness, of your damn general manager, who, by the way, as a former fucking offensive lineman, how are we sitting here in year 3 of his reign and asking ourselves, why the fuck are they having to retool and overhaul this offensive line again? They look like they need 4 new starters, and shit, if Darnell Wright keeps heading down this path, it might fucking be 5. There are positives to latch onto, yes. It's not all doomsday scenario. But you could forgive Bears fans that are worried about their doomsday scenario of this coaching staff's going to get fired at the end of the year, and then you're repeating the same fucking cycle you did with Justin Fields and Mitchell Trubisky, and there's certainly a possibility that happens, especially if this shit doesn't turn around soon. It's easy to blame players sometimes, and I know Matt Eberflus is great at it. Like when Anthony Richardson had the red zone pick, that AJ Chick was interviewing head coach Shane Steichen of the Colts at halftime, and he tried to blame himself, even though it should totally be on Anthony Richardson, even though the ball was tipped. It was still a terrible decision. You got to protect the ball, throw it away, go down, take the 3 points. But he said, that's on me. Now, Matt Eberflus, of course, would sit there and say, well, we did the right things as the coaches, and that's the difference, right? Again, if you want to look at a game today and say that coaching cost him, anybody in the league, it's the Chicago Bears. And because of the beauty that is Bears football, if you didn't buy yourself these shirts a couple of years ago, you should start looking for them, because they might be applicable pretty soon.